Do you want to know a simple trick that will change your life? It's really simple and it's fantastic. Be a good finder. Now, the cynics are going to listen to this and go, what? What do you mean be a good finder? Well, be a good finder. It's not that complicated. If you go forth with a new decision today, a new choice, a conscious choice to be a good finder, it means that you will find good in everyone and you meet and everything you encounter and every experience you have. If you consciously choose to find good in it. I remember years ago, excuse me, that I was talking to a bloke and he had a woman at work that he really disliked. He had a very difficult relationship with her. And I said to him, be a good finder. Go out and find something good about her. Just one thing. And you focus on that good thing. And all he could come up with was, she looks good in blue. And I said, great, go forth and just say to yourself the whole time she's walking towards you and she's with you, just say, she looks good in blue. She looks good in blue. She looks good in blue to yourself. That changes your energy and the message that you are non-verbally delivering to the other person. Because 80 to 93% of everything we communicate is non-verbal. It's not your body language. It's your voice tones, your vocal variety, micro muscle, micro color changes in your faces, and your breathing. And all of that reflects what you're telling yourself, the stories you're saying. And so while he's saying she looks good in blue, it changed his energy, and she picked it up non-verbally. And over a period of time, his entire relationship with her changed. Now think about personal relationships. Whether it's a friendship or a romantic relationship or a family relationship. You know, there is a time when you're getting on with people, particularly in a new romantic relationship, right? Or a new friendship. You don't know people all that well and you see all the good in them. And the relationship's great because you see all these good things. Oh, the most fabulous person. Oh, yeah, she's so funny and she's this and she's that and she's interesting and she's entertaining. And then as you get to know them a bit better, you realize they're human. And like all of us, we have foibles. And these little foibles here and there come in. And we have a choice. We can either focus on the things we don't like, or we can focus on the good. So it's a choice you're going to make every moment of every day. And if you make it consciously, guess what you're going to choose? You're going to choose to focus on the positive aspects of a person, the positive things that they bring to you, the positive aspects of an experience versus the negative. Because whilst you choose to focus on the negative, what does that do to your entire physiology? It sucks you down. It releases stress hormones. It stresses your adrenals. It makes your gut not function properly. And it just makes you grumpy and miserable. Who would do that consciously? But we do it unconsciously all the time. So your mission, should you choose to accept it today, is to go forth and be a good finder. And before I finish this, it would be awesome if you would get a piece of paper and write down all the people that you're currently having difficulties with, all the situations that you are dwelling on and regretting and moaning about inside your head, and anything else in your life that's not what you want it to be. And make it 2 columns. So have one column where you write the experience and one you're going to write next to it something good about it. Something good that came out of it. So for example, the last 18 months, I moved back to America. It's been one of the most challenging experiences in my 70 years. And I moved here before, just after I had to face a bankruptcy trustee, and my ex-best friend took me to the cleaners, and I was an emotional basket case, and I moved here in 2000. And my recollection of that, although it's probably not very clear, is that it was easier than this trip. This trip had a whole lot of different elements to it that made it more emotionally challenging. And probably I'm a bit older. You know, I'm 20 years older than I was last time. But I still think young. I still think, I don't feel like I'm 70. I don't think 70. I think that I'm 50 at the latest. I actually think that's a little old for what I think I am, but anyway. And so I can look at that and say, oh my God, it was the worst trip. It's been horrendous. It's been so hard. I'm so sad, blah, blah, blah. But what good would that do? Apart from the fact it would drive away any of the few friends I've made, it would make me sick. So I'm choosing to look at it and say, yes, it was very difficult. And I'm very grateful because I have grown so much. And I truly don't believe I would have grown this much had I not had to face such difficulties. And so I'm really grateful because I'm in a very different place now from when I was. Now, if you told me I had to go through all that to get to this, would I have said, oh yes, please, I'd like to do that? No. So I'm really glad I didn't know it was going to happen because I had to deal with it. And as I've dealt with it and I've worked my way through it, I'm still not at the end of it, but I'm way better than I was. And I am much, much more integrated as an adult than I have been. And I've been able to deal with a lot of the issues that I've been trying to deal with forever, but I kept sort of skimming through them. But now I've dived in more deeply. So I'm choosing to find a great deal of good about a very difficult 18 months. And you can too. You can choose to find good about every one and every experience you've had and everything around you. So that's your mission for today. Ta-da!
Always look on the bright side.